just to understand each other. That's all we need. We need Indianapolis to know who we are. We are hard worker people. We might look different, but this is the country gave us everything. And we respect all, and that's all we need. We need understanding, that's all.
We've learned that 4 of the victims are members of the Sikh community. Their leaders are calling for peace and for the community to come together. They also want answers, and it's been 78 hours since this tragedy unfolded.
The families are struggling with how and why. Those are the questions people want answered. Karen is live at the FedEx ground facility to break down what we know and what we're working on finding out. Karen?
Well, Carlos, Julia, good morning. We are working to find out more about the shooter, his past, what led up to today, and also we're working to learn how he was legally able to purchase 2 assault rifles that he used here to carry out his attack at this FedEx ground facility. IMPD tells us to expect more information into their investigation. They're going to release that later today sometime. Now, authorities have told us so far that the shooter was a former employee at FedEx here. On Thursday night, he came back to his old job armed with those 2 assault rifles, and this was during a shift change that happened around 11 p.m. Investigators say about 200 people worked inside that night, and they say he got out of his car rather quickly and started randomly shooting outside the facility. There was no confrontation with anyone, no argument. 4 people died in the parking lot, 5 more injured. The suspect entered the building where 4 more people died, including the shooter.
The people who were killed were completely innocent. I knew a lot of these people, and they had no reason to die, all because of somebody wanted to go in there and shoot up the place. I hate this. I hate knowing this.
And you can just hear the pain, the anguish in that young man's voice. It's pain, it's emotions that a lot of us are going to feel for some time. Now, employees, of course, it's, again, as I mentioned, it is going to take time. And we also know that on Friday, investigators went back to the shooter's home. That day, they carried out a long box. They also carried out a computer. And again, IMPD later today is expected to release more information about what they have learned so far in this investigation. Carlos, Julia.
All right, Karen, thank you. And as she noted, that we are hoping to get a lot more information today.
IMPD told 13 News last night they expect more information to come out later in the day, and that's one of the things too where, you know, I mentioned this on when we were doing this wall-to-wall coverage on Friday. We want answers now. Everyone wants to know, you know, the motive. They want to know answers, and there's just a process that takes place, you know, with police and, you know, when they're looking at that crime scene. So it's going to take time. They want to get things right rather than get things fast.
Absolutely. And this morning we are hoping to get those answers. We're also trying to find out when that FedEx ground facility will reopen to employees. Over the weekend, 13 News saw people going in and out of the facility, including a cleaning crew. So we're waiting to hear back from FedEx if employees at the facility will return to work this morning. We're also hoping to find out more information on the shooter. We'll update you when we speak to police, of course, later today. And many questions have been coming in since Friday's tragedy. The main one is, how was the shooter able to buy the assault rifles used in the attack? Especially
even after his family tried to get help for him for his mental state. Now, Metro Police say the shooter was able to legally buy the assault weapons because the legal process that would have prevented the purchase was not filed by the Marion County Prosecutor's Office.
We give that paperwork to the prosecutor's office, and then the prosecutor's office decides whether or not that gets submitted to the courts, and that's kind of where the red flag law all starts.
No red flag despite a serious mental health incident. Well, police reports show the shooter's mother did call police last March, worried he would try to commit suicide by cop. Behavioral unit did remove a shotgun from the home, but the shooter was able to buy 2 guns legally just a few months later. Police say both weapons were used in Friday's deadly shooting. We're also working to get a hold of the Marion County Prosecutor's Office to find out why they decided not to file and if they determined the shooter wasn't a threat at the time.
Now, we aren't the only ones waiting for answers. Family, friends, community members all asking and trying to piece together how a tragedy like this could happen in our city. These 8 people were killed late Thursday night at a place that should have been safe, their work. Now, the community is coming together to honor them and find a way to prevent this from happening again. Our John Doran is live in Beech Grove right now, where a memorial is set up. John?
Yeah, there's just been an incredible outpouring of support for the victims, the friends, family, co-workers of these victims, with vigils happening all weekend long, including one last night right here on the steps of City Hall at Beech Grove. Also a vigil taking place at a Sikh temple on the southeast side of the city. 4 of the 8 victims, as we told you, killed in Thursday's shooting were members of the Sikh community. I was actually at this service yesterday, and it certainly honored all lives lost on Thursday night. But the Sikh community here in Indianapolis is certainly hurting.
If there is a Sikh, a person like me with a turban lives in your neighborhood. If you see a Sikh like me wearing a turban, or a lady wearing a suit, a Punjabi Sikh lady in your neighborhood, near your house, on the street, hug them tight.
We need to love one another. We need to look out for our neighbors. We need to value human life more at every stage and across every creed and race, and that's very important. So I think that message has been internalized here today by the remarks I heard by so many individuals.
You just heard from Senator Todd Young there. He, as well as Congressman Andre Carson, both invited to this service and both spoke to everyone in attendance, Carlos.
Able to talk to Senator Todd Young about the FedEx shooting. Did he hint at any changes that could be happening to prevent this?
He did, and almost right off the bat, I just asked him, I think, questions we've been asking all morning long. I think questions people have since this happened is how could this individual buy 2 firearms after having a firearm taken away by authorities? And he told me, quote, "That's not supposed to happen in our system. This may not be an issue of law, maybe an issue of administration." Still said, though, that they are gathering all the facts, and also talked about the under-resourcing of mental health and destigmatizing mental health here in America moving forward.
All right, John Doran, thank you so much. Well, covering, of course, the coverage of this shooting tragedy continues throughout our Monday morning, but you can always stay updated with the very latest breaking developments on our website and the WTHR News app.